Salford prides itself on being a university with a culture of cross-faculty cooperation. There are many initiatives which bridge the traditional boundaries that naturally occur in the academic system. Yorick is such a project, having input not only from our faculty but also from the Faculty of Health and Social Care. Denis McGrath tells us more.
The Yorick project in essence is one of amalgamating digital learning that we have now in the 21st century with the old-fashioned way of learning, in terms of using old anatomical models that people would have remembered from the school days. And in essence, it's a way of blending high-tech with low-tech, but in a seamless format that comes across as a unit that works with all of these things together. I suppose a layman's answer to what the Yorick project is about is the object could be a physical object, any ordinary object, and you put it onto a special designated area, and that the IT is scanning that area, looking for an object, and when it finds it, it brings it up onto a screen. And for want of a better word, it's a turnkey solution for your average person. They don't have to worry about the high-end stuff in the background and how it all works together. As far as they see, they come in and this special area tracks the object and presents it to them in a display format.
Okay, well, here we are with the Yorick application, and the screen behind me is split up into two areas. We can see the 3D virtual representation of the skull, and as I move the physical skull, you can see the movements translated. I've also got a pointer which I use to identify particular areas of interest. I can move the wand around the skull, and this movement is represented and repeated on the 3D representation behind me. I can point to particular areas of interest, in this case the mandible, and the web page updates accordingly. When the website updates, you get both visual and audio confirmation of the area of interest that you've selected.
You have chosen the mandible.
At the moment, it's seen primarily as an educational resource and a learning tool that helped, particularly as it was originally envisaged, first year nurses. Will help them interact with the virtual object and learn and use it as a learning resource. However, we think the project can go much further than that, and we envisage using this as a resource that could be used at the front end in hospitals. An example, a colleague of mine worked on a 3D scan of a badly damaged shoulder blade, and what happened there was a team of doctors originally worked on this shoulder blade, found it difficult to operate, and what they did was they made a CT scan and they emailed the 3D data to our university here. And what we did was that we took that 3D data, put it onto the rapid prototype unit, and what the doctors had for the first time was an actual physical 3D representation of the patient's shoulder complex. That enabled them to operate and enabled them to work in fine detail on something that actually represented what that person's shoulder blade looked like. It's a truly cross-curricular activity in that we've got two faculties involved in it. The Faculty of Health and Social Care, of which I'm a member, and we've also got the Faculty of Science, Engineering and Environment. We've got many different professions involved in the same project, and we're learning all the time from each other. It's been really good for cross-faculty work. This product could be scaled, and it's quite scalable, and I think that's probably the beauty of the product. It's a concept. What we can do is we can scale this up for the larger medical intervention tools, but also we can have this as a low-end consumer product that 2 or 3-year-olds can interact with the parents with in front of the TV, and they could probably build it into a games controller. So I think the scalability of this will make it an economic success.